Today's reading from Genesis tells the story of the fall of Adam and Eve, their fall into sin. This is a story about the origin of sin in the world. We're all very familiar with the story. We start out with the serpent who questions Adam and Eve. Did God really tell you not to eat from any of the trees in the garden? And Eve answers, we can eat of every other tree in the garden except the fruit of the tree in the middle of the garden, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And here's where the sin begins. The serpent lies. Sin begins with the lie. You will not die. Your eyes will be opened and you will be like gods. So the woman then sees the tree and it looks good. And so she eats some of the fruit and then she gives some to Adam, who also eats. And then notice that their eyes are open. They realize they are naked, so they make fig leaves and sew loincloths for themselves. And then when they hear the sound of the Lord coming, they try to hide from him. We'll hear later in this story that when God confronts them about what they've done, they pretty much blame each other or blame the serpent for what happened. So what we see in this story are the outcomes of sin, the results of sin. First one is shame. Adam and Eve are ashamed of themselves after they commit the sin. Second, they hide from God. They try to hide what they have done from God. And third, they start passing blame on to other people. How typical that is. How much that may resonate in the lives of each one of us. Sin causes shame. It causes us to hide. It causes us to blame. And when those things happen, our relationships with God, with each other, and with ourselves are damaged. And so when we are examining our conscience and facing questions about doing the right or the wrong thing, I think it's fair to ask ourselves the question, is what I'm about to do going to create greater distance from myself, others, and God? Or is it going to bring me closer to myself, to others, and to God?